Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm Jennifer, and I'm here with my amazing co-host, Elizabeth. How are you doing today, Elizabeth?
Hi, Jennifer. I'm doing great, thanks. Today's topic is definitely one that sparks a lot of debate and discussion. Are girls smarter than boys? It's a question that touches on gender, intelligence, education, and the societal factors that influence how we think about these issues. We're going to dive into the research, explore different perspectives, and talk about what really makes someone smart.
Absolutely. This is a topic that has been debated for a long time, and it's one that comes with a lot of assumptions and stereotypes. We'll be breaking down some of those stereotypes, looking at the science behind intelligence, and discussing how factors like education, environment, and culture play a role in shaping our perceptions of gender and intelligence.
Before we dive in, I just want to remind everyone to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. We're here to explore complex topics and offer thoughtful, balanced discussions.
And if you've been enjoying our content, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Your support really helps us keep creating these videos for you.
So, Jennifer, let's start by addressing the basic question. Are girls smarter than boys? It's important to recognize that intelligence is a complex and multifaceted concept. It's not just about being good at school subjects or scoring high on tests. Intelligence can take many forms, including creativity, emotional intelligence, problem-solving skills, and practical knowledge.
That's such an important point. Intelligence isn't something that can be easily measured by a single test or metric. It's a combination of many different abilities and skills. When we ask whether girls are smarter than boys, we're really asking about a lot of different things: academic performance, social skills, emotional intelligence, and more.
Exactly. And when we look at academic performance, we do see some differences between boys and girls. Research shows that, on average, girls tend to do better in school, especially in subjects like reading and writing. They also tend to have higher grades and are more likely to graduate from high school and attend college. But does this mean that girls are inherently smarter than boys? Not necessarily.
Yes, academic performance is influenced by a wide range of factors, including motivation, study habits, teacher expectations, and even societal norms. For example, girls are often encouraged to be more organized and diligent in their studies, which can lead to better grades. Boys, on the other hand, might be more encouraged to take risks and be independent, which can affect how they approach learning.
That's a great point. Societal expectations play a big role in shaping how boys and girls approach education. For example, boys might be more likely to pursue subjects like math and science, where they're encouraged to think critically and solve problems, while girls might be more encouraged to excel in language arts and social sciences, where communication and empathy are key. These differences in focus can affect how intelligence is perceived and measured.
Definitely. And it's also worth considering how intelligence is measured. Traditional IQ tests, for example, have been criticized for being biased towards certain types of intelligence and not fully capturing the diversity of human abilities. These tests often emphasize logical reasoning, pattern recognition, and verbal skills, which might favor one gender over the other, depending on how they're raised and educated.
Yes, IQ tests and standardized tests in general have their limitations. They don't necessarily capture creativity, practical problem-solving, emotional intelligence, or other forms of intelligence that are just as important in real life. This is why it's so important to have a broader understanding of what intelligence means and to recognize that it can manifest in many different ways.
Absolutely. And while we're on the topic of different forms of intelligence, let's talk about emotional intelligence. Research shows that girls often score higher on measures of emotional intelligence, which includes skills like empathy, emotional awareness, and interpersonal communication. These skills are crucial for success in many areas of life, from relationships to leadership.
Yes, emotional intelligence is incredibly important, and it's something that often gets overlooked in traditional measures of intelligence. Being able to understand and manage your own emotions as well as empathize with others is a key component of overall intelligence. It's also something that can be developed and nurtured over time.
Definitely. And while girls might tend to score higher on measures of emotional intelligence, it's important to remember that these skills can be developed by anyone, regardless of gender. The same goes for other types of intelligence. Whether it's logical reasoning, creativity, or practical skills, these abilities can be nurtured and developed through education and experience.
That's such an important point. Intelligence is not fixed. It's something that can grow and evolve throughout our lives. This is why it's so important to create educational environments that support all types of learners and encourage the development of a wide range of skills.
Absolutely. And speaking of educational environments, let's also consider the role of teachers and schools in shaping perceptions of intelligence. Teachers play a crucial role in how students perceive their own abilities and potential. If teachers have unconscious biases, such as believing that girls are better at reading and boys are better at math, these biases can influence how students see themselves and what they believe they're capable of.
Yes, teacher expectations can have a huge impact on student performance. Research has shown that when teachers have high expectations for their students, those students are more likely to perform well, regardless of their gender. It's important for educators to be aware of their own biases and to make sure they're supporting all students in reaching their full potential.
Definitely. And while we're discussing the impact of teachers, let's also consider the role of parents and society at large. From a young age, boys and girls are often socialized differently, with different expectations placed on them based on their gender. These societal norms can influence everything from the toys they play with to the subjects they're encouraged to study in school.
Yes, societal norms and gender roles can have a big impact on how children develop their skills and interests. For example, girls might be encouraged to be more nurturing and cooperative, while boys might be encouraged to be more competitive and independent. These differences can influence how they approach learning and what they prioritize in their education.
Absolutely. And these early influences can have long-lasting effects. By the time children reach school age, they may already have deeply ingrained beliefs about what they're good at and what they should focus on. This is why it's so important to challenge these stereotypes and encourage all children to explore a wide range of subjects and activities.
Yes, challenging stereotypes and providing diverse opportunities for learning is key to helping all students develop their full potential. It's about creating an environment where every student feels valued and supported, regardless of their gender.
Definitely. And while we're on the topic of supporting students, let's also talk about the importance of role models. Having role models who break the mold and challenge traditional gender roles can be incredibly inspiring for students. For example, seeing women in STEM fields or men in caregiving roles can help students expand their own ideas of what's possible for them.
Yes, role models play a crucial role in shaping how students see themselves and their future possibilities. When students see people who look like them succeeding in a wide range of fields, it can boost their confidence and encourage them to pursue their own goals, regardless of societal expectations.
Absolutely. And speaking of expanding possibilities, let's take a moment to consider how these discussions about gender and intelligence can influence our approach to education as a whole. It's important to recognize that intelligence is not limited by gender and that every student has the potential to excel in their own way.
Yes, education should be about helping each student develop their unique strengths and abilities without being limited by stereotypes or biases. It's about recognizing the diversity of intelligence and creating opportunities for all students to succeed.
Definitely. And while we're exploring these ideas, let's take a call from one of our viewers who wants to share their thoughts on the question of whether girls are smarter than boys. Let's take the call. Hi there, you're on the air with Jennifer and Elizabeth. What's your name, and where are you calling from?
Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Elizabeth. My name is Lisa, and I'm calling from Sydney, Australia. I've been following your channel for a while, and I really appreciate the thoughtful discussions you have. This question about whether girls are smarter than boys really got me thinking, and I wanted to share my perspective.
Hi, Lisa. It's great to hear from you. Thanks for calling in. We'd love to hear your thoughts. What's your take on this question?
Well, I think it's important to remember that intelligence isn't about being better or smarter than someone else. It's about recognizing and developing your own strengths. Both girls and boys have unique abilities and potential, and it's up to us as educators, parents, and society to support them in reaching that potential. Instead of comparing, we should focus on how we can help every child succeed.
That's such a thoughtful perspective, Lisa. Focusing on individual strengths and potential is really key to supporting all students. Do you have any tips for how we can encourage a more balanced approach to education that supports both boys and girls?
I think it's important to create an environment where all children feel safe and supported in exploring their interests, no matter what they are. This means challenging stereotypes, providing diverse role models, and encouraging children to pursue what they're passionate about. It's also important to listen to children and understand their needs and interests, rather than imposing our own expectations on them.
That's excellent advice, Lisa. Creating a supportive and inclusive environment is so important for helping all students thrive. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us.
Thank you both so much. I really enjoyed the discussion. Have a great day.
You too, Lisa.
Take care.
Bye, Lisa.
That was such a great call. It's always inspiring to hear from our viewers and learn about the different ways we can support students in reaching their full potential.
Yes, Lisa's emphasis on supporting individual strengths and challenging stereotypes really highlights the importance of creating an inclusive and balanced approach to education. It's about recognizing the unique abilities of each student and providing the support they need to succeed.
Absolutely. And while we've discussed a lot about gender and intelligence, it's important to remember that intelligence is not something that can be easily categorized or measured. It's a complex and dynamic quality that varies from person to person. Whether you're a girl or a boy, what matters most is how you develop and apply your abilities.
Yes, intelligence is about so much more than just academic performance or test scores. It's about creativity, problem-solving, emotional intelligence, and the ability to adapt and learn. These are qualities that can be developed by anyone, regardless of gender.
Definitely. And while we're discussing the broader concept of intelligence, let's also consider how we can promote a more inclusive and equitable approach to education. This means challenging gender stereotypes, supporting diverse learning styles, and providing opportunities for all students to succeed.
Yes, promoting equity in education is key to ensuring that all students have the opportunity to reach their full potential. It's about recognizing and valuing the diversity of intelligence and creating an environment where every student feels supported and empowered.
Absolutely. And while we're on the topic of empowerment, let's also talk about the importance of self-confidence in education. Confidence plays a huge role in how students approach learning and how they see themselves. When students believe in their own abilities, they're more likely to take on challenges and persist in the face of difficulties.
Yes, self-confidence is crucial for success in education and in life. It's important for educators and parents to help build students' confidence by providing positive reinforcement, encouraging a growth mindset, and celebrating their achievements. When students feel confident in their abilities, they're more likely to take risks, explore new ideas, and reach their full potential.
Definitely. And while we're discussing confidence, it's also important to recognize the role of failure in learning. Failure is a natural part of the learning process, and it's something that everyone experiences. What's important is how we respond to failure, whether we see it as a setback or as an opportunity to learn and grow.
That's such an important point. Encouraging a growth mindset, where students see failure as an opportunity to learn rather than a reflection of their abilities, is key to building resilience and persistence. It's about helping students understand that intelligence is not fixed, but something that can be developed through effort and practice.
Absolutely. A growth mindset helps students stay motivated and engaged, even when they face challenges. It also encourages them to take ownership of their learning and to keep striving for improvement. This mindset is crucial for success, not just in school, but in all areas of life.
Yes, fostering a growth mindset is one of the most important things we can do as educators and parents. It's about helping students see their potential, believe in themselves, and stay committed to their goals, no matter what obstacles they face.
Definitely. And while we're talking about staying committed to goals, let's also discuss the importance of setting goals in education. Setting clear, achievable goals help students stay focused and motivated. It also provides a sense of direction and purpose, which can be especially important when facing challenges or setbacks.
Yes, goal setting is a powerful tool for helping students stay on track and achieve their full potential. It's about breaking down big goals into smaller, manageable steps and celebrating progress along the way. This helps students stay motivated and build the confidence they need to keep moving forward.
Absolutely. And while we're wrapping up our discussion, it's important to remember that intelligence, whether in boys or girls, is not something that should be compared or ranked. It's about recognizing and nurturing the unique strengths and abilities of each individual. Whether you're a girl, a boy, or somewhere in between, what matters most is how you use your intelligence to make a positive impact in the world.
Yes, intelligence is about so much more than just academic performance or gender. It's about creativity, empathy, problem-solving, and the ability to adapt and grow. By supporting each student in developing their unique strengths, we can help them reach their full potential and make a difference in the world.
Absolutely. And for our viewers, if you're enjoying this conversation and finding these reflections on intelligence and gender helpful, make sure to like the video and share it with others. Your support really helps us continue to create content that explores complex topics and celebrates diversity.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We've got plenty more videos coming your way, covering everything from education to personal growth and beyond.
So, before we wrap up, let's do a quick recap of today's discussion. We explored the question of whether girls are smarter than boys, looking at different types of intelligence, the role of education, and the impact of societal expectations and stereotypes.
We also talked about the importance of recognizing and supporting the unique strengths of each individual, challenging stereotypes, and fostering a growth mindset. These are the keys to creating an inclusive and equitable approach to education that supports all students.
Remember, intelligence is not something that can be easily measured or compared. It's a complex and dynamic quality that varies from person to person. What matters most is how we nurture and develop our own abilities and how we support others in doing the same.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Keep celebrating diversity, stay committed to your growth, and always strive to make a positive impact in the world. You've got this!
We'll see you in the next video. Take care and keep exploring life's big questions.
Bye for now.